Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Famous ACME Comedy Hollywood, it's Hollywood Stands Up! Comedy Nightcap! Starring Byron Bowers, Sharon Houston, Brad Stewart, JONNAE Thompson, Ian TINDELL, Pauline YASUDA, music by P, and your host, Josh PAGET. And now, please welcome to the stage, Josh PAGET.
Hey everybody, thank you. Thanks for coming out to Hollywood Stands Up Comedy Nightcap. Once again, give it up for P, the house band. They're rocking it. They're rocking it. They're filling the house with their wonderful tones. Give it up for yourselves for coming out to support live comedy, right? You gotta support it, right? You don't see that a lot with any other business. It's not like, you go to McDonald's or whatever. Hey, thanks for supporting fast food industry restaurants. Thanks for coming out to support that. But I appreciate that you guys are here. One of the favorite fast foods that I have, I don't know if you guys know the little place called Olive Garden. You guys like the Olive Garden? See, you don't like it because you think, oh, it's an Italian restaurant. And that's not what it is, right? It's not really Italian food. It's just like endless food. It's a concept food that nothing on the menu ever stops. There's no way to end it. I mean, they just keep bringing. You don't even have to get up like at a buffet and go refill your plate. They just keep bringing it to you. You're like in a duel with the waiter he'll keep bringing bread. Can you eat this much bread? I don't know. Probably, I don't know. Stop it. The salad I'm done with. But keep bringing the breadsticks. As a kid, we never went to Olive Garden because my dad hated Olive Garden. This is why. He's like, all they're doing is trying to sell you wine. Yeah. They're a restaurant. They sell food and beverages. I think that's what they're trying to do. I don't think they're trying to. You say it like they're sneaky. You say it like they're a weird company, like, oh, what they're really doing is selling you wine. No, they have a menu and prices. It's set up. But none of that logic stopped him from forbidding the family events ever going out to Olive Garden. So now my sister and I, whenever we get together for like Christmas or whatever, it's like, oh, we're going to Olive Garden. We're breaking the rules. We're rebel. We're gonna go to Olive Garden. I like Olive Garden because they like to brag in their commercials about how they send a chef to Italy. Each year we send one chef to Italy and he learns authentic Italian cooking. Then he comes back to the United States and tells 2 other chefs. And those chefs tell 2 chefs. And those chefs tell 2 more chefs. And those chefs tell 2 more chefs. Till pretty soon there's every restaurant has one chef that's heard of Italian cooking. I don't know. They always say, it's pasta days at Olive Garden. They always have some kind of fake season where they're like celebrating at Olive Garden for some reason. It's ravioli days at Olive. You always have that on the menu. That's always on the menu. It's pasta. It's a bread. It's a starch. It's not a seasonal. It's like, it's pasta shetty. I don't even think that's a real. You're just making up pasta dishes and then celebrating them with this seasonal enterprise. Oh, the Olive Garden commercials, right? These guys eat there all the time, so they're gonna laugh. And we love Olive Garden. The salads and the soup, it's good. Go up to Burbank. We're gonna eat out at Olive Garden. That's what it used to. I used to work next to one of those. And it's like Friday payday. We're going to Olive Garden. Soup. like it's exciting just because it's endless. Like if you're like, hey, you want to go get some soup? You'd be, what are you, an old man? Why are we going out for soup? The hallmark of soup is that it comes in a can. Now we're going out for soup? That's weird. No, it's endless. We're going to get our money's worth of soup. I think they've figured it out. I think they've done a cost analysis on this. Correct. That is correct. My other favorite is Subway restaurants. You guys eat there? You guys like food? My favorite thing about Subway restaurants is that they serve a sandwich there, right? That's what they serve, is sandwiches. You can agree with that much. But they serve it on an entire loaf of bread. Like, you don't think about that because they're like, $5 foot long, but that's a foot-long loaf of bread. Like, we have to measure it in inches and feet now. I mean, how much are we eating? It's like a foot long. You can get a 1 whole foot long worth. That's a lot of bread. Like, if you just went next door and you're like, I'd like some meatballs and a side salad and an entire loaf of bread, please. No, you wouldn't do that because it's too much bread. But I do it. I do it next door like, oh man, here comes Josh. Another free bread basket? And that's my nickname to the waiters next door. It is. Free bread basket. They don't have pasta scetti next door because they're an authentic Italian restaurant. Is anyone here dating? Let's talk about it. Woo! Is anyone here on a date? Woo. No? Oh, that's good. I can handle that pressure. That's a lot of pressure. Hey, let's go out to a comedy show. Yeah, that's a fun date idea. That'll get me laid. Well, yeah, like, I can't do that. Like, oh, you got to be funny enough that I get laid through the vicariousness of your funny that gets me laid. Like, I can't do that for me, so I can't do that for any of you. So I apologize right now. None of you are on a date though. But I'll assume that you guys are dating. You guys probably get along with the ladies, right? The band, you guys, the drummer, one of the best drummers in Southern California, is over there sitting cock at that in the interchange when I walk off stage. I have a problem dating, so since there's a few of you, I'll just let you guys tell me just whether I'm wrong here. I'll let you be the judge and jury on some of my experiences, because I've recently started trying to learn how to date, and I've initiated what I call an online dating blitz, where I'm just messaging every girl that I can find and trying to set up going on as many dates as possible. And I've learned a few things. I'll share them with you, then you can tell me. Audience participation is what I'm getting at. The first thing is that girls online, like if you message a girl online, don't say, hey, how are you? Hi. Don't treat them like a person. They're online. They don't want that. It's a scientific survey that if you say hey or hi, hello, any of that kind of salutation at the top of your message gets less of a response. It decreases the percentage chance that a girl will message you back. But there are certain words you can include in your message that will increase your rate of return. Like if you include the word awesome, you're 27% more likely to get a response from someone that you've initiated contact with. So awesome, include that. Atheist is is number 2, and number 3 is sorry. I don't know. It's you're the woman. You're the online dating pool. I can't explain it. But now every time I message a girl for the first time, it's, hey, I'm an awesome atheist. Sorry. Instant response. Instant response from that message. One of the things that online dating they don't like is kind of weird, because like if you date someone in real life, you've met them and you know that they're safe or whatever, but online dating is like, I don't want to give them, like too much, right? Because usually it's like, hey, I know someone through a friend or we're friends, and then we're going to ask them out and escalate. But online dating is like instant date. That's weird. So girls like, I want to take it slow, like something, like go for a hike. I don't want them to take me out to a dinner and a movie because that's too much romance too soon. And, so they want to keep it casual, something like going on a hike or whatever, because they don't want you to get the idea of like, oh, we're really romantically involved, he's buying me a steak. But they do want you to take them on a hike to give you the opportunity for rape. It's like, I don't want you to think it's too much romance, but I do want to take me on a hike where no one knows where I am or when I'm supposed to be back or who I'm with. That's what they want. That's what women want. They want that danger. They want danger. That's excitement. I want to date a bad boy. I want to date a bad boy. Any girls ever say that? Like, the concept that you know that this person is bad for me, you call him a bad boy, that you know that that's not what you want. Because that's, otherwise, if that's something that you wanted, he would be a good one. Right? Just by the definitions, bad boys. That's why vampires are popular. They're the baddest of all, right? It's like, I don't play by any of the rules, including mortality. I live forever. I went on a date with a girl, and it went pretty well. But when I first met her, I walked up. It's like, oh, hey, you're from the website. It's weird. And it's like, hey, I'm Josh. And you go up, and you meet someone, you shake their hand, right? She's like, oh, thank you. Okay, let's go get our table. Well, when we sat down, she got out of her purse some Purell hand sanitizer. What's that? That's I thought a good thing. She's clean, right? She stays clean. That's a good quality in someone who's cautious about. She said, it's not you, it's me. I'm a germaphobe, like Howie Mandel. It's like, oh, thanks. Because I didn't understand what germaphobe means. But the Howie Mandel reference really keyed in what I'm really still learning from the voice of Bobby's World. It's amazing. Another time, you guys just laughed at that, so I'll take that as a no. And she hasn't called me back, so I already know that the answer is a no. But it's still a good bit. Another time I took a girl out for some waffles, because that's always a good date idea, right? It's like, oh, let's meet for coffee. No, that's boring. How about let's meet for authentic Belgian waffles? This guy traveled to Belgium, learned how to make waffles, came back, told 2 other chefs. So we met for waffles, and it was a good time. We talked, and then it's like at the end of the day, it's like, oh, I had a really good time. She's like, oh yeah. I was like, can I walk you back to your car? Because I'm a gentleman. So I walked her back to her car, and then at the car, it's like, hey, I had a good time. Hey, what's going on? And then we leaned in like this, and she goes like this. High five, right? That's a good thing, right? That's a good date, right? High five, good date. Go team. The winning team high fives, guys. The losing team is not the... Okay, last one. Last scenario. Last scenario. I was on a date with this girl, and she was talking and talking and talking, which is fine because I don't like to talk. That's why I'm a stand-up comic, so I know these are my 7 minutes to talk, and then someone else is going to talk for 7 minutes. It makes socializing a lot easier. So she was talking and talking, but then she got self-conscious about it. I don't know if other women do this, but yeah, I realize I've been talking a lot. Why don't you tell me a little about yourself? And I said, oh, I'm from Seattle. She goes, oh, Seattle. I visited there. I was there for 2 days. Well, not 2 days back to back. I was there for one night because I went on a cruise with my mom to Alaska, and then we came back from the cruise and we stayed in Seattle and then flew back home. And I laughed. And then she asked me, why are you laughing? Which is like the signpost of this date has just ended. Why are you laughing? And I had to come up with something quick. And I'm like, stand up, I can come up with some kind of joke to cover that I'm not laughing. I can't tell her because she talks a lot. That's why I'm laughing. I had to come up with a joke. So I thought like, oh man, a cruise with your mom to Alaska. That's like the worst vacation, right? Like stuck on a boat with your mom in the middle of the icy seas. That sounds like the worst. She's like, actually, my mom died of cancer shortly after that, and that's one of like the last good memories I have of her. So you want me to rape you now, or should we finish the hike? What do you want to do? Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Josh Paget. We have tons of comedians on the show for you tonight. The first of which is a good friend of mine. She's a regular at the world famous Comedy Store. She just won the Uncle Clyde's Comedy Test and will be headlining at Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank. Please give it up for JONNAE THOMPSON.
All right, clap it up for the band and their lovely selves, your lovely selves. Y'all doing all right? All of you beautiful people. Single ladies, make some noise. Single lady, make some noise. I knew it. I felt it. I felt it from here. Because I've been single for a while now. Like, really trying to find a man out here in LA has been very difficult. Because all the other men have them. So it's been a bit of a struggle. I've been struggling with it for the last 6 years. And I've been realizing that the longer I've been single, the lower my expectations have gotten. They used to be up here. He's got to be 6'3", fine, nice car, good job, no kids. Now I'm like, just let him have teeth. I knew it was bad when I saw a bum and I saw potential. I was like, ooh, with a clean shave, a fresh haircut and a bath, this could work. This could really work. Have you ever kissed a bum up to God, ma'am? I have. God made dirt, and dirt don't hurt. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. It's hard. Honestly, though, I feel like the real reason why I am single is because I'm a virgin. Ma'am, that wasn't the joke. I am. I'm actually waiting until I get married. Yeah, I'm waiting. But it's hard. It's definitely something. It's not easy because really, I want to have sex. I just need it to not be my fault. Like when I was 18 years old, I sat down and I made a vow to God. I said, Lord, I'm going to wait until I'm married. I'm 24 now and I'm looking for loopholes. I just didn't know. I didn't know how difficult it would be because really I am a hoe in my heart. I'm a slut. I'm loose in my heart. I'm starting to get to this point where my heart and my vagina just don't even speak the same language. It's like Mother Teresa, Kim Kardashian. We're confused. I'm starting to do things just to sort of get around this whole deal I made. I'm starting to do things like walk through alleys alone at night. You know, mini skirts, no panties. Loopholes. I'm starting to do things like leave my drinks unattended at the bar. Oh yeah. Sometimes I bring my own roofies. It's just where I'm at. I knew I had a problem when I saw the Antoine Dotson bed intruder. Hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your husbands too, because they raping everybody around here. I was like, where? Where's this land of milk and honey that you speak of, Antoine? I actually had a rape scare recently. It was a friend. And just statistically speaking, 1 in 4 women are raped by somebody that they knew. So once I realized that this so-called friend of mine was just kissing me romantically and I wasn't being raped at all, I was a little disappointed. I'm like, dude, how dare you not take advantage of these loopholes? He was like, I respect you. Respect? I'm seeking disrespect right now, dude. Any disrespectful fellas in the house? No, none. I'm looking for a Chris Brown type of dude right now. That's where I'm at. Oh yeah, I'm 5'10", so I can't just have any old little thing. I need somebody who's gonna just put me in my place, you know? Chris Brown, he is. Actually, if I could just be honest with you guys, I was in a abusive relationship for 6 months, and I know 6 months may not seem like a long time, but it is when you gotta beat him every day. Oh yeah, he had a smart mouth. We had to fix it. I'm actually, I'm a thug. That's what it boils down to. From the mean streets of San Diego, baby. Yeah, you from San Diego? Yeah, we don't even do drive-bys where we come from. We do serve-bys, cowabunga cuz, shamu. That's, I come from a family full of thugs, though, and we try to do family bonding activities. We played a game, Taboo. Are y'all familiar with that game? Yeah, now, on the box it says the game of unspeakable fun, but that's not really the case for my family. We just use it as an opportunity to tell people's business. No matter what the card says, we got to use somebody in my family as an example. This is us. This is something that Tyrell has. An alcohol problem. Bad credit. 5 kids by 5 baby mamas. That's what he got. It's like, okay, dude, first of all, it's one word, not a phrase. And it was motorcycle. Just thugs for no reason. I do miss living at home. San Diego is excellent. Living in LA is not easy. It's hard, especially for somebody like me. A big girl, being big in LA is just tough. People are so rude, and they just come up to me saying the first things that come to mind, and I guess it's supposed to be some type of compliment or something. Hey, Precious. Precious. First of all, I'm attractive. I'm not even that big, you know what I mean? I'm big, but I'm not big, and it's a difference, a huge difference. But I'm at this point in my life, I'm really starting to just cut down on friends, starting with my skinny friends. I hate to single you out, but y'all play too much. Y'all play way too much. We get dressed to go out, and my skinny friends want to play little games like, oh, I have a shirt you can wear. Not if you want to wear it again. For real, Charlotte Roots is going to be Charlotte Loose by the time I'm done. You ain't got no shirt I can wear. Just disrespectful. But I've also reached this point in my life. I've decided I'm not working out anymore. I'm not trying to eat healthy. I went to Whole Foods and spent my whole check, $45, and all I had was some almonds and some water. They were organic, though. I was trying to take advice from one of my skinny friends. She was like, just try to eat trail mix. Little things like that help out a lot. You could even make your own. Little things you like, peanuts, raisins. So I made my own. I made some peanut brittle, raisinets, corn nuts, bacon bits, croutons, gravy, stuff I like. I called it Fell Mix. Yeah. But I realized that, since I'm not really willing to put in the work, I got to do things smarter. So now I'm starting to do things like hang out with chicks who are bigger than me. It really does something for my self-esteem. They look at me and they think I'm skinny. I walk in the room and they be like, look at Lindsay Lohan walking in here. Girl, you is skin and bones. So when we get dressed to go out, I'm like, you know what? Got a shirt you can wear. Just bring it right back. But I do applaud the women in Hollywood who make big look great. Tyler Perry, definitely. She's doing it big. I love, though, are y'all Jill Scott fans? Any Jill Scott fans? Yeah, Jill. I love Jill because not only does she represent for the thick ladies, but she's so real in her music, and she sings about things that I'm passionate about, things that are real, things like meals. She got that song where she says, made me some breakfast, toast, 2 scrambled eggs, grits. Ma'am, she was lying. 1 piece of toast, 2 scrambled eggs, and some grits. Jill Scott looked like me. That's not all she ate. She was holding back an item or 6. She really wanted to be like, made me some breakfast, toast, 10 scrambled eggs, fish and grits, ham, waffles, potatoes, gravy, spaghetti, meatloaf, pot roast, Skittles, gravy, 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, on a sesame seed bun, gravy, and 12 chicken wings. I don't even know why Jill Scott came out lying. She came out lying. Let's take a long walk. That's not what you want to do, Jill. Big people always do stuff like that, just lie for no reason. Should have put these jeans in the dryer. Really? That's not it. That's not it. My metabolism is slow. Really? No, that's not it. Who diagnosed you with this made-up disease? Big people, you just got to be comfortable. You got to be comfortable in who you are, okay? Y'all got that? Y'all got the moral of the story? Are y'all asleep? Make some noise. Y'all acting like this ain't a live TV audience. Don't y'all know it's millions of people watching this? It's people now watching Conan O'Brien. They watching this tonight. And y'all sitting here. I'm going to just start. What's your name? Rachel. All right, Rachel. I want you to laugh for the next comedian like you never laughed before. What's your name? Amy, I want you to laugh for the next comedian like you've never laughed before. What's your name? Huh? Mondo. I want you to laugh like you've never, ever laughed before. You got that? Because you know where I'm from, right? Yeah. Where I'm from. Right. We don't play. All right, y'all. JONNAE Thompson. It's been beautiful. Let's clap it up for your host, Mr. Jock Pageant.
Yeah! Give it up once again for JONNAE Thompson. JONNAE Thompson. Thank you so much for sitting in the front row. It gives us comics someone to talk to. They don't even talk to the other comics backstage. It's like, well, yeah, I was about to do a bit about food. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Guys, thanks for coming out. Once again, I thank you for attending this fun show. We have lots of comedians, including the next one, who's a former teacher and alumni performing right here at the very ACME stage. She's also a regular swing dancer with Bill Nye the Science Guy and has been on episodes of Criminal Minds and the Bill Engvall Show. Please welcome to the stage, Pauline YASUDA.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Pauline, and I'm sorry I'm wearing flip-flops because I broke my toe the other day. And it's a really stupid injury considering how much pain I'm in. I kind of wish that it was something cooler, because a lot of people ask me, how did you break your toe? And basically all I did was I fell over the power cord to my laptop. And so I wish it was a cooler story that I could tell them. Like, oh, one day I came home and there were these ninjas in my living room, but they weren't like normal ninjas. They were like these crazy masturbating ninjas, these crazy anal masturbating ninjas. And they're like, hey, we're anal masturbating ninjas, and we're gonna make you masturbate with this Hello Kitty dildo, because they're Japanese, and so they like Hello Kitty. And I'm like, no, hey, I'm a ninja too, and but not the dirty masturbating kind, more like the Teenage Mutant kind. And I'm gonna kick your ass. And so we do like our crazy ninja moves, 'cause this is the way ninjas fight. And then all of a sudden there are all these like dead ninjas on my floor, and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do with all these dead anal masturbating ninjas? So I decide to Google it, and then I trip over the power cord to my laptop, and that's how I break my toe. Speaking of anal masturbating ninjas, I never really understood anal bleaching, okay, until I saw this porn once, and there was this girl who bent over, and I saw her asshole, and I was like, oh my God, you need to get that bleached, because it kind of looks dirty. I think porn stars are kind of lucky, right, because people will tell them these kinds of things, but what about you and me, right? This is not something that will come up in normal conversation. Like, I can have a conversation with you and say, hey, you know, how does my hair look? You'll probably respond to that. Or, you know, hey, does this dress make me look fat? You know, I can't turn around to you and say, hey, by the way, do you think my anus needs bleaching? Please be honest. You know, I would like to think that if I needed that service done, the person that I'm sleeping with would just kind of roll me over while I was asleep and just leave a card in my crack that said, lighten up. You know, because then I would know, right? And it's kind of discreet. And maybe it was one of those black titanium Amex cards. You know, I bet it would feel really good. You know. But a card, that would be much better than, you know, the awkward phone call. I don't know if you've ever gotten this awkward phone call before, but, you know, sometimes you get this phone call from a guy that you really like, and, you know, you're single right now, and, you know, you still have kind of like a crush on him, and you're thinking, oh, maybe he's calling me because he wants to get back together again. So, you know, your heart starts racing, and your hands start shaking, and you start sweating profusely, and then you hear his voice, and he's like, hey, maybe you should get tested for gonorrhea because I have it, and maybe I gave it to you. And so then your heart starts beating, and you start sweating profusely, and your hands start shaking for completely different reasons. And then he's like, oh, you know, I gotta go because I have a whole bunch of other people to call. And you're like, oh, well, you know, thanks for calling me first. And he's like, oh, you're not the first one I called. Have you ever had that happen to you? Yeah, it sucks, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I got that call, though, when I was at Disneyland, okay? I'm being serious. And actually being at Disneyland helped ease the pain a little bit because I love Disneyland, man. And the thing that I love about Disneyland the most is their hot chocolate. I don't know if you've ever had Disneyland hot chocolate, but it is amazing. I mean, I'm lactose intolerant, and I will drink cup after cup of that stuff. I don't care what the consequences are. Man, you know what? If dick tasted like Disneyland hot chocolate, man, that stuff would be in my mouth like 24/7. But, you know, it doesn't. You know, dick just kind of tastes like, I don't know, like dirty fish wrapped around a half-eaten corn cob. But, you know, guys, you don't seem to realize this. You just whip it out and you think, like, I automatically want to blow it, okay? I don't, okay? You know, maybe next time you can come over, you can do something to make it a little bit more attractive. Like, how about bringing a package of Fun Dip? Because I'm sure I'd like your dick a lot more if it tasted like grape-flavored sugar. Or, you know, how come you never come over with your penis deep-fried in corn dog batter? Because that would be delicious. Or maybe you should invest in a chocolate fountain. A Disneyland hot chocolate fountain. I mean, think about it. It worked for the frozen banana, right? Okay. And you do need to do something to make your penis more attractive because, well, at least for me, I don't know about the other ladies in here, but penises kind of scare me a little bit. Okay? Especially Japanese penis. I don't know if you've seen Japanese porn, but, you know, the penis is always pixelated, and I don't think that's a special effect. I think Japanese male genitalia is actually made up of tiny little squares. And that scares me. And it's the reason why I won't date one of the Super Mario Brothers. Well, maybe Luigi, because I bet he'd give me a mustache ride. Penises scare me, but dildos don't. Like, I'll just go out and, like, buy a bag of dildos. Now, I don't know if you've ever bought in a bag of dildos, Okay, if you do, I'm just warning you, it will make your entire house smell like a porn shop. You can wash those dildos, you can hide them in the closet, you can bury them in your backyard. I guarantee you, your house will still smell like a big bag of fake dicks. Okay, I did this, and then my dad came to my house, and he was like, "What's that smell?" And I'm like, Tupperware? And then my mom came over, and she's like, "You buy a dildo. Why you do that? I have so many. Next time you just come over and ask. Okay, you can borrow. I love you." And I'm like, "Mom, just, keep the family jewels to yourself." She said, "Well, okay, but, you better hurry because there are many ninjas who come over and buy, especially the Hello Kitty ones." That's it. Thank you so much.
Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Heroes in a Half Shell. Turtle power.
Turtle power. I like that. I was totally expecting the opposite. Once again, let's hear it for Pauline YASUDA. Pauline is a school teacher. I don't know, did she talk about that in her set? That's what she does during the day. I thought that was pretty awesome. I taught at the after-school program for 2 months. I lasted 2 months with those kids because they were just dumb, which is, I guess, is the problem with kids in general, and that's why I'm there, is to fix that. But I didn't know how to fix that because they would have problems that I'd never think of. Like, first of all these kids, they're always drinking like venti hot chocolates from Starbucks. And I would get paid like $12 an hour for 2.5 hours. So it was like I would eat rice. But then there was like, "Excuse me, Joshua teacher." That's what they had to call me, is Joshua teacher. It was weird. And I would always have to be like, "You can't, no water bottles in the classroom." And then they'd have to like go down, "Can I go to the Joshua teacher? Can I go to the drinking fountain?" And I'd be like, "No, because you're just trying to skip out and doing your work. Just do your work." And all that kind of stuff. Babysitting type stuff. Why all of us didn't go in teaching school. So God bless Pauline. But my favorite was that they had a computer room so that the kids could go work on their projects or whatnot. And I had asked, like, in the computer room, I don't have to do anything because there's a computer room monitor down there. So I just have to excuse them to go work on their project. This one is like, "Joshua teacher, I need to go work on my project for school. Can I go work on it?" I was like, "Okay." And then I got in trouble from the principal of the school. And he's like, "We found her looking at pictures of pandas in the computer room." Like that's what she got in trouble for, right? Yeah, we caught her in the computer room looking at pictures of pandas. It's like, how do I keep a straight face? And he's like, "Why was she in the computer room?" I was like, "I don't look at pictures of pandas? I don't know what the problem is." Like, as long as she's out of my hair, I don't, like, and they said, "Well, what project is she working on?" It's like, she was working on a Martin Luther King Jr. project. It was February at the time. She was working on Martin Luther King Jr. And they're like, "Do pandas have anything to do with Martin Luther King Jr.?" It's like, kinda? They're black and white? No? That was the end of my 2 months. That was it. That's my teaching story. I quit my job. I was like, I have a college education. I can teach children. And that was it. Because one day, my last day there, the kid was like, I went into the bathroom, and there's one of my students was in the bathroom. I could tell because his shoes and all of his clothes were on the floor of the bathroom, and I could see his bare feet underneath the door stall. And then he could recognize my shoes too. So he's like, "Joshua teacher, is that you?" I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "Why are you in the bathroom?" I'm like, "They won't show me where the teacher's bathroom is." They hated me there. I said, "Why are you in the bathroom with all of your clothes off?" And like, "Well, Peter took my water bottle and sprayed it all over me." I was like, "That's why I tell you not to have a water bottle in the classroom." It's like, oh man, kids these days, right? Hanging out naked in the bathroom, looking at pictures of pandas. What are you gonna do? Folks, our next comedian, will be thrilled to see, because I know I am. He can be seen in the upcoming movie from Adam Sandler. It's called Jack and Jill. You're gonna see him right now. Please welcome to the stage, TINDELL.
Can you guys see me right now? Standing totally still. Can you see me? Someone say yes. It's getting weird. For me and for you. Yes? Okay, thank God. I did that for two reasons. The first was to make sure that this wasn't an audience of T-Rexes. You're not, so we're safe. No one's going to be eating anyone tonight. That's good. At least not in that way. I don't want to cock-block anyone. And the other reason is that I just want to go ahead and prove my fourth grade nemesis, Daisy Tompkins, wrong. I'm not invisible. So take that, you hoe bag. Ha-ha! I proved you wrong. Thanks for laughing. That's great. You didn't take time to think about the fact that I'm a 27-year-old man calling a 10-year-old a hoe bag. That's nice. Let's see. Here's a grievance that I've got, because that's what you do when you're doing stand-up. I would like to go to the doctor and get a cool diagnosis sometime, just once. I would like to hear something awesome. I would like to go in there and hear, oh, Jesus, dear God, your cells are dividing at an extraordinary rate. By the end of the day, your penis will be 10 inches longer. And be like, oh, geez, wow, doctor, what is that? Is that cancer? What is it? No, that's not cancer. That's just awesome. High five. And then I just walk off, thumbs up, down the street, and celebrate my awesome diagnosis that I was so worried about. Instead, I get, well, the discoloration on your torso is most likely due to a bad reaction to zinc. That'll be $150. Times 3, that'll be $450. I don't know why I started with $150. Basically, it's a lot of money for a 5-minute diagnosis. And then I have to go home and get rid of all my zinc and zinc-based products, which is tough to do. And it means that I'll never have a longer penis, because zinc is what makes your penis grow, if you didn't know. That's actually a total lie. Please don't go home and rub a battery on your penis. That would be bad. I don't want to be known as that guy. That would be a bad reputation to have. Let's see. I just got dumped. How about that? We'll go into that territory. But usually that's, people are like, oh, that sucks, man. But no, it's actually pretty cool, because I have way more material now. It's nice. I have things I can joke about. So it's like a gift, It's like if Jesus' girlfriend dumped him and absolved the sins of mankind, It's like, oh, all right, that's great. I think Jesus would still be complaining, though, even if she took away the sins of mankind. Just like, dude, I'm the Son of God, man, and she dumped me. What am I supposed to do? Well, Jesus, come on, it's not that bad. You don't have to die on the cross anymore. That's pretty good. Well, I'd rather just feel the pain of the cross than the pain in my heart right now. Oh, God. Dude, you used to turn water into wine, and now you're just annoying. Anyway, that'll be the end of the religious portion of my stand-up set tonight. So saith the Lord. Genesis chapter 3, verses 14 through 26. In the name of the Father, and Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Basically, what I'm getting at, guys, is that getting broken up with sucks. It does. Especially when you're in a long-term relationship. Because, when you get out of it, it's there are a lot of things about your life that you have to change. I can't even tell a lot of the same jokes anymore. Because I used to have the old standby joke of, hey, guys, what's the deal with waking up in the middle of the night and from a nightmare and turning over to see the woman you love lying peacefully next to you and having that, bring peace into your heart, and that helps you go back to sleep. And when you're there, the content of your dreams is changed because, she got to you on a subconscious level. What's the deal with that, huh? Who's with me? Am I right? I feel like I should tell that joke with flies on my face and Sally Struthers just standing next to me. For 30 cents a day, you can help this poor comedian get over his bullshit. That would be nice. I am getting better, though, which is a good thing. I did go through a period of time where I'd have just, random weird emotional moments. I found myself in the middle of the tampon aisle at the supermarket at one point, and I was like, oh, God, I will never be inside another woman ever again. And the tampon aisle should not inspire sadness or jealousy or envy. It should really shouldn't be inspiring confidence and happiness either. It should be a non-emotional moment. The only thing I should be thinking about when I'm in the Tampanile is I am obviously lost. This is not where I'm going to get the entire season of King of Queens on DVD. I think that's over there. The one thing that I always ask after a breakup, I'm going to ask that right now. I'll pose it as a question to you guys, but why do you always want to be friends after a breakup? What's the fascination with this? Like, oh, we can't be naked in the shower together anymore, but let's just go to Yogurtland once a month and we'll just talk about shit. We'll just talk. We'll be on a friend level. No. If you want me to feel better about the situation, then offer me something that will actually make me feel better. Something cool, you know, like a treasure map. Right? Because that would be freaking cool. I would have loved for my girlfriend to have come into my place and say, hey, you know how my father just disappeared a couple of days ago? Well, I was in his attic and rummaging around through his stuff when I came across a strange-looking scroll. Now, upon unwrapping the scroll, I did discover upon it a map to where you say to Lincoln's Gold. Now, you know how my father was always ranting and raving about this, but we always turned our heads the other way because we thought it was a myth? Well, just as I had discovered this most ancient of secrets, a group of strange men dressed all in white burst into the house shouting and yelling about the location of the map. Now, just as they came through the attic door, I leapt through the window onto the roof of my neighbor's house, rolled down to the streets below, bullets whizzing overhead, cars chasing me, dogs barking. Now, we can't fuck anymore because I need my space, and you're a little needy, but it's not you, it's me. Would you like to have this? Yes, I would fucking love to have that. That would be awesome. I'm crushed right now, but when I get back from my adventure, we'll go to Yogurtland and we'll talk about shit. My name's Ian Tindell, guys. That's been my time. Have a good night.
Awesome. I wish I had that for when I showed up anywhere I'm here to work. It's like, oh, hey, Mrs. Tim, here to mow your lawn. All right, get the lawnmower started. Ian was talking about being friends with chicks after you break up. I've never had that happen to me. That's the kind of creep I am. It's like I've never had a girl who's like, we should still be friends. It's always like, hey, delete from Facebook. Just absolutely block, can't even look up like the profile that says you have to request a friend from them. That's what I get from them. Dating, right? It's the worst. It's so hard. Ian was talking about Jesus stuff, right? Just Jesus. I think that Jesus was pretty cool as a guy, but then when you say that he's a God, that's when it gets kind of weird. Because, like, he's kind of a lousy God, right? Because if you think about it in the times, like, they worshipped a whole bunch of gods, like, the Roman and the Greek gods were, like, the concept of God is, like, like, God of thunder. He's, like, throwing lightning bolts. He's God of the sea. We've got a new God. Okay, what does he do? He takes fish and bread and turns them into a bunch of fish and bread. Okay. He walks on water. Aren't you guys fishermen? You have a boat. What? How does walking on water help you? Like, does he walk on water really fast? He doesn't. He just kind of like says hi and then cooks his breakfast on the sea. I think he's a lousy. You can't. He's pretty cool. Like, if you had a friend, he's like, hey, this huge pack of Ralph's water is now a 24-pack of wine. Yeah, that's a cool guy. But it's like, behold my power. It's like, it's like, really, like, you're the ruler of all the universe and this is what you do. Like, you could end dying. Like, I healed the sick person. I healed people for like 3 years and then I retired. And no, keep going. Why would you stop that? If you had the power to heal people, you're like, I got other things to do. Fantastic. I'm a religious person. Like, I show up to all the church services, but I don't close my eyes when they pray. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But I think it's a little bit weird. Church stuff. Other Jesus joke I just forgot. Because they always Jesus, like, they say he's really wise. Like, he was a good teacher, but he's not a God. That's what some people say. Like other religions or whatnot. But I feel like he wasn't. Like, I feel like he's kind of mentally retarded. Because they're always like, how do we enter the kingdom of heaven? He'd be like, there was 10 workers in a field, and 9 came early in the morning, and 1 came later in the day, and they all got paid the same. They're asking, how do we save our souls from eternal damnation? There's a camel trying to get through a needle, but he can't fit. Are you sure you're okay? I think, man, being born in a manger has its problems. It's the biblical times equivalent of being born under power lines. He was born in a manger. It's like, man, Jesus, born in a manger. Ian was right. Quit those Jesus jokes. No one likes them. No one likes them. People who go to church don't like those jokes either. Like my parents, they're like, oh. But they say that to all my jokes. They're like, Olive Garden? Well, you gotta talk about that. It's a family issue. Turning brother against brother. Olive Garden. Guys, we got another great comedian coming up to the stage. She's a regular at the Comedy Store and the Improv. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. Please keep it going for Byron Bowers.
When you call my name, it's like a little breath down on my knees. I wanna take you there.
Yeah! Give it up for my band. We worked all night on that. How y'all doing today, TV land? Huh? What's going on, internet? Huh? Y'all look beautiful. Put your pants on. Put your pants on. I just got this vision of somebody just whacking off right now and just looking at me at the same time and then just going back to their scene and then just looking at me. Like, who's this colored guy? Oh, black titties. It's beautiful. What's going on? Y'all all right? That would be people in the audience who are shy. This is the shyest audience ever. Y'all was on Price is Right? I like to do it, man. I like to party. I'm gonna go grab me some, I'm going old school tonight. I'm gonna use a stool and a mic stand. This is how I feel comfortable. Because right now I feel like I'm on the set of some weird dating show by myself. I just got stood up right here on TV. I like to party sometimes, just a little bit, you know. I'm from the South, so I'm getting more cultural now. I just show up at cultural events that ain't got nothing to do with black, you know. Cirque du Soleil. I was at a Latin night the other night. You ever been to a Latin night? Man, you know, I'm here to warn y'all. It's not what you think it is. I'm thinking it's gonna be a Latin theme. No, straight up Mexican people. Straight up. I'm dressed like a rapper, like I'm going to a rap concert. Everybody else is dressed like they going to a saloon. It was weird. This is official Mexican gear. They had cowboy hats on with the little belt made out of ostrich that matches this big belt that matches the boot. You know what I mean? This is official. I thought it was gonna be top 40s music playing. It wasn't. You know what was playing? Trombones and shit the whole night. You know how hard it is to dance? They say black people could dance to anything. This ain't that circumstance right here. You know how hard it is to do this off trombones? You ever robot off trombones before? Huh? You ever did the robot off trumpets? No. It's difficult. That's how tough it was. It was a mariachi or whatever they call it. Sound like some Nikes. You got them Nike mariachis? It's tough, man. I was the only black dude there. Everybody else coupled up. I'm by myself. I'm trying to figure stuff out. I'm studying the Mexicans, trying to see how they dance. I'm like, okay. So you got to kick your foot vigorously and have a stone cold killer face. Because that's how Mexicans dance. I call it tequila face. After that fifth shot, they just look like some stone cold killers. And they just sit there doing this the whole night. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is wow. We couldn't even pull this off. Can you imagine black people all lined up, you know, in line doing a dance? You know, electric slides just looking like some killers. They'll call the cops. The whole building will get raided. It'll be the worst birthday party ever. Or funeral, because we do the electric slide at every black event. Even when Obama got elected, we was like, hey, stone cold killer face. Stone cold, okay. It was wild. I don't know, that was a wild event for me. I was by myself, everybody was coupled up dancing. At one point, I became one couple's hype man. I was just standing next to them, I was like, go, 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 go. They didn't even speak English. They was looking at me like, what the hell is this dude doing? That cultures, man, I think once you start to cross the line and deal with other cultures, that's when stuff get crazy. Because you're taking your perception into their world, you know? Like I got Indian friends now. They just, you know, from India. They got, you know, customs that I wasn't used to. Like I just found out they got sacred animals in India. Like, you cannot harm a cow or a snake. Meanwhile, you can backhand the shit out of a woman, and that's strange to me. Because in America, if you're walking down the street with your girl and you see a snake, what you do? Move, snake, move! But in India, it's like, move, bitch! It's a snake. Be careful around here, snake. It's women on the loose. And watch out for the ones with the dot in their forehead. They're poisonous. When they gonna bring slavery back? I'm tired of looking for work. Anybody? Internet people? Too soon? Put the lotion down! I'm just saying, the unemployment rate hasn't been this high since slavery ended. That's what I'm trying to say. It's too soon. I don't know, black man, we scream discrimination, you know what I mean? But I don't think we get discriminated against that much. You know who get discriminated against, who still has it hard to this day? Female werewolves. These bitches still can't vote. It's 2011. Okay, that joke was, that joke couldn't follow everything else I did. I found myself being patriotic the other day. Y'all gonna love this, you know. I was with this lady. She's from New Zealand, and she was like, New Zealand, we got a native bird that at night makes a lot of noise, and it gets real loud, and it disturbs everybody while they try to sleep. You think that's interesting? You ever heard of that? I'm like, look, I'm an American. We don't give a fuck about birds. We almost killed our native bird, the bald eagle. We don't care about birds. We like women and boobs and beer. That's what we do over here. We take stuff over. That's me being patriotic. This is me being black. Blah, blah. No, I was just playing. You know, black people, we the most religious people on earth. Did y'all know that? No, y'all didn't. Y'all don't hang out with black people, that's why. We are. You never met a black atheist. Never. We killed them all, that's why. Black people, we fear God, ghosts, and magic. You ain't never met a black magician, have you? No, because we don't believe in magic. We're scared of it. Scared of magic. Think about it, it's been, what, 8 Harry Potters. That's 30 hours of film. There's been 2 black people in the whole series. They weren't even doing magic. They was at Hogwarts on an athletic scholarship. That was the only reason they was at the school. They were Quidditch players. That's the only reason. They was the only 2 black people that know how to ride a broom, because black people, we don't ride brooms. We too cool for that. How cool does this look? Imagine this. This is my broom, and I'm about to go to Acme and see if there's some bitches there, and I got to lean into it. That's how you ride a broom. You got to lean into it. You got to be aerodynamic. You got to focus. That wouldn't even work. My necklace will get caught up in it. My pants sagging, my underwear is showing. That's bad emissions right there. And you think a man gonna spend all that money on Nimbus 2000? No, we're gonna go down to the dollar store and get our broom. It's gonna be all type of dust and bugs falling out the back. And we wouldn't even take the dustpan off. We'd just say it's a spoil and just ride out. You be in the hood, you got your broom. Now you sagging your pants, you gotta hold your pants up and walk around with the broom. This don't look cool at all. Trying to pick up a girl. Hey girl, come on. We late to the show. I got 1 foot on the broom. As soon as I put this other foot on and say that magic word, which will be a rapper's name, Waka Flocka Flame, I'm out of here. Then you'll see brothers posted up at the club with their broom, you know what I mean? Like it's a car, they just leaning on it. He got money now, so it's a Swiffer. He chilling at the club with his Swiffer. Looking all type of gangster, you know what I mean? Just, you know, he the man to somebody. It'd be like some drunk chick think he a janitor and just throw some paper down. This is a nice place you got. What, bitch? You think I'm a janitor? I'm a wizard, ho. I'm a gangster wizard. You know what? You disrespecting me? I'm out of here. Waka Flocka Flame! You want a brother to ride a broom, you gotta do something, make it look cool, you know what I mean? Maybe something like this. See how cool this look? You know what I mean? Somewhere you can just hold your sacks and ride. Look at my posture. I'm leaning back. I feel good right now. Maybe an ashtray, or you can smoke your weed, do something, so you can be up in the clouds, you know, without a care in the world. Whoop, whoop! Uh-oh. It's the mops. What seems to be the problem, officer? Y'all doing a sweep? Broom insurance? Well, officer, this is my mother's broom. I didn't even know they had broom insurance. Here go my license. Why, yes, I am a Quidditch player. Well, you have a good day too, officer. Thank you. All right, bye. Welcome like a flame! Got profiled by the... Profiling happens, people. I'm going to let you know. Racial profiling happens. You know, if I was a cop, I would do the same thing. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get off the streets. I need money. For that reason, I'm pulling everybody over. I don't care what your nationality is. Black, white, Latino, Asian. I'm pulling y'all over and I'm treating y'all the same. Like you black. As soon as you hit them church, let me see your license. Give me this. Chad Johnson, huh? What the hell you doing riding around without a license, Chad? Get out the car. Walk that line. Jog it. Keep going. Send the helicopters. We got a suspect fleeing the scene. Send the helicopters. We got a suspect fleeing the scene. He's on foot. We got a black male with blonde hair, blue eyes. Send the dogs. This is confusing. Oh, man. Y'all think black vampires age better than white vampires? Too soon? I'm about to get out of here, man. Y'all tripping. Before I leave, I want to say something to everybody out there on the internet, to the ladies in the building. I hear y'all, I talk to y'all, and I hear y'all complain there's no gentlemen out there anymore. I just want to let y'all know that there's still gentlemen out there that will bring you flowers, open car doors for you, and put you on a pedestal so the world can see how beautiful you are. They're pallbearers.
Shotgun blast to her when I rip and kill at will. Valeriano, pirate power. I'll devour. I'm gonna tie you up and let you up the table. Not your average man. Got a candy in my hand. Damn!
Once again, Byron Bowers, guys. Byron Bowers. I'll never look at a broom the same again. Has anyone here ever ran a marathon? No? No one's ever ran 26.2 miles. I ran the Vegas Marathon. They're like, run the Vegas Strip! That's what they're like, it's Vegas, baby, yeah! You guys ever run a marathon? Run the Vegas Strip is 3 miles. And then you're running through 23 miles of Vegas ghetto. Of just tract housing that is just awful, where the cocktail waitresses who work the 3 a.m. Wednesday shift, they went to community college there, that's where they live. Oh man, that was the worst. Running 26 miles in Vegas. It's basically the Vegas experience everyone has, because I was up at 4 in the morning puking, right? That's what you go to Vegas to do. I overindulged in Vegas. Oh, what did you do? Too much drugs and alcohol? No, too much running. I was in bed for 3 days. You had a hangover? No, I couldn't operate my feet. My toenails turned black. My nipples were bleeding. And they just completely turned into scabs. I just completely scabbed over nipples. That happens. Have you guys ever watched a marathon? You can just tune in at the end of a marathon and just see like, oh man, that's something I'm not going to do. But it is the worst thing. I remember running it, and I finished 26.2 miles. And I had like a little fanny pack that you get when you run to keep like your phone in, just in case you have an emergency, and like $40 cash just in case you decide to take a cab halfway through. And so at the end, first off, I was running, and I was like, I'd lost my group a long time ago. And as we got to the sign that says 26 miles, and I was like, only 0.2 left. And there's just a stranger running next to me. I'm like, dude, we've got it. It's like, fuck you. That was his response. It's like, we've made it. We've made it. There's no stopping us now. Only 0.2 to go. It's like, fuck you. Stop talking. It's 26.2 miles. And I finished the race, and I called my folks. I called my mom and dad. I was like, Mom, Dad, I finished the marathon. 26.2 miles. Woo! Call me back when you get this. All right. I was bleeding from my nipples. Does that happen to anybody? Did I already ask you that? Have you ever? If there's see, I was running a marathon to try and impress women. If there's any activity that you're doing to try and impress women that involves you bleeding from your nipples, you've lost. You've lost. If you find out on like training week 3 that you bleed from your nipples, just give it up. Just give it up. I ran 26 miles to impress this girl. How'd that turn out? Obviously not worth it. It's not like I lost weight or got the girl. 26.2 miles. I do have a problem because I am one of those guys, bleed from the nipples. And someone's like, hey, you know what you should get is one of those wicking shirts. Have you guys heard of that? Like the athletic apparel technology where it like takes the moisture and instead of like pooling up, it spreads it around so that you don't get chafing and stuff. They're like, you should get one of those and that would help with your bloody nipples. It's like, okay, but then I got it. And then it just kind of spread the blood around too. So now I got a big stain here. It looks like I'm going on a run right after eating ribs. It's like, people are like, hey, maybe if you just set down the half rack of ribs, you wouldn't have to go on the run. This is all this barbecue stuff kind of is like, it's blood, I'm suffering. They're like, we're suffering. We're trying to have brunch on the sidewalk and you're running by us with bloody nipples. It's gross. Trying to enjoy my poached eggs on top of an English muffin. Can't look at that visual image with you and your bloody nipples. Eggs look like nipples. That was a joke. That was a subtle illusion. They do. They do. And if you think that's bad, here's the other thing about eggs. Okay? Eggs are basically chicken, period. Okay? It's true. It's an unfertilized egg. That's what you're eating, is an egg. If chickens had maxi pads, you just squeeze those out into an omelet. You guys, who's a vegetarian? Anybody here a vegetarian now? Before? Just one person? One person wooed for being a vegetarian? No, you don't woo for being... And not one vegetarian. Those statistics are wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian has been on Punk'd on MTV and has a podcast called Daytime Justice, and you can see her on October 19th on Nick Swartzen's Pretend Time. Please welcome SHARON Houston.
All right, who wants to get in a fist fight? Hi, thank you for sitting through this. Everyone's been telling me how great I've been looking lately. Let me share my secret with you. I'm dead inside. I'm an empty shell. I cry through spin class. Anyone else? Just me? Everyone at the gym thinks I'm fucking crazy. It's because I work in daytime court TV. Are you familiar with the genre? The Judge Judy's, yeah. That's what I do for a living. It's very embarrassing to say you work in this genre of TV, because here's the hierarchy in Hollywood. It goes feature films, 1-hour dramas, half-hour comedies, commercials, music videos, talk shows, porn, snuff films, Jersey Shore, daytime court TV. That's where I land on the food chain. It's fucking terrible. And people think, that I'm hired to, book really good cases on the show. No, I am hired to exploit racial stereotypes. That's my job. It is a human shit show on tape days, because we book baby daddies, baby mamas, midgets, Chewbacca. I booked a guy who legally had his name changed to Sexual Blue. And then I had another one who legally changed his name to Trainwreck, who works as a professional manslave and Ozzy Osbourne impersonator. So like if I book someone who's Japanese, he better be Japanese, do karate kick and make a sushi, or I get fired. If they're black, they better be black. It's that kind of television that I produce. And people wonder, like, where do you find these people? They come to me. They call our 800 number. And I constantly have to call people back and say, I'm sorry, but you can't sue someone for being trifling or for perpetrating. This is a small claims court, and that shit's for crazy court, so use it there. I've developed a very specific skill set that a lot of producers don't have. I can tell how many teeth you have in your mouth just from a simple phone call. People who like to sue each other in small claims court, don't go to the dentist, heads up. It's not just the UK. We have some serious dental issues in this country. We actually buy you teeth if you don't have teeth. If the story's good, if the case has lots of layers and lots, basically if what's going on that has nothing to do with the case is juicy, I will exploit that and I will buy you teeth if you don't have them. It's terrible. But I got a call that this one woman challenged me with my tooth knowledge. I got a call a few months ago from this woman who's very angry. And she said, and I just thought, oh shit. Like, I gotta crack the code, I've got this. And while trying to guess what the fuck she was saying, it became like an episode of the $100,000 Pyramid. You know, it was like, you want to crochet, you want a pas de bourrée, you've got to get away, you don't want to put something on layaway. And it just totally hit me. I went, wait, you're suing your brother-in-law for a buffet? And she goes, that's right, a buffet. And I literally popped my head out from my cubicle and I was like, I fucking got it, yes! It's a buffet, everybody! Who wins? Not me. Lots of weird noises going on in the background when I call people who call our 800 line who want to sue someone. And they're noises that you can't identify. You know, it's like you can tell if like a chopper's going overhead or a train's going or a bus. These are weird fucking sounds. So my game at work is guess the background noise. So I'll be on the phone with a potential guest and I'll say, I'm sorry, Lorraine, I can't really hear this story about your toaster. Is that a retard playing a violin? Is that what that, are you building a skyscraper out of cats? That's a really weird noise. And I know most of you guys are on disability, but good for you, you're busy. You're up to something. We deal with very lovely people, which only the best in daytime court TV. You'll never watch the genre the same again if you actually do watch, which I do. I have this one, we like to do, I worked on a show called Divorce Court, and on Divorce Court we like to do a lot of DNA testing, like Maury, and I had this woman who had 4 children, and she wanted to make sure that the baby daddy was the baby daddy of all 4 children. Oh gosh, if this is being broadcast, I don't want to break someone's anonymity. Do you guys care? No, but the network does, probably. All right, shit. I'm just gonna do the bit. She named her child D-Money. D-Money. And I was like, oh fuck, like that's crazy. Like the birth certificate said D-Money. And you have to get birth certificates to make sure that baby daddy, like there's a lot that goes into the DNA test you guys see on Maury and everything else. And so now the staffs on daytime court TV shows are very racially diverse, lots of black people, Latin, Asian, like everything. And so my boss, who's black, I told her, I said, oh my God, you're not gonna believe this, but this woman named her child D-Money. And she went, oh my God, what am I gonna do with my people? And I said, wait a second. I go, you cannot blame the actions of one person on an entire race of people. But here's what you can do. You can create a position at the hospital called the birth certificate name checker. And you can be that person. So when someone comes up and says, hi, I'd like to name my child D-Money, you can look at them and go, oh hell no. Let me tell you something right now. Your baby's name is Steven. Now, I just saved that child's life. Now, get the fuck up out this hospital. And that's how that would happen. Thanks for paying attention, you guys. I know it's so late. Is it late? It's super late, right? Wait. Oh, I thought you were my friend. You're not my friend. No, okay. I'm supposed to pretend that there's a lot of people here. Because no one would know the difference, right? Here's another reason. I like to buck the system. Fuck using the stool. I'm gonna put it right there on the stage. I went through, I make fun of the litigants that we book on the shows, but I'm a litigant too, you're a litigant. I could find something out about you and exploit the shit out of it. You'd be like, oh my God, I'm a terrible person. And I go, well, not really, but yes, you are. I've had horrible relationships and made fucking terrible decisions. I actually went through a breakup recently where the guy I was with for 3.5 years was having sex with chicks he met on AshleyMadison.com. Yay. Oh, so you're the only one who knows it. Isn't it terrible? I didn't even know what the website was. I was like, what is this? Oh my God. Because their motto is, life is short, have an affair. And it's for people who want to have affairs with other people who are in relationships. So that way they won't fall in love. They'll just fuck and be done with it. And I was just like, so like, what? But you know, hindsight's 20/20. And you know, we had a very boring sex life. And I remember asking him, like, why is our sex so like tame? Like, why are you so uncomfortable with me trying new things? And he looked me right in the face and he said, Sharon, I want sex to be pure and innocent with you because too many women have controlled me with sex. Now, say that to yourself in the mirror without laughing. It can't be done. Try it tonight when you get home. You'll just start cracking up right when you say Sharon, and you'll laugh. The second thing is I saw pictures of the women he was having sex with. They looked very controlling. Like they could control things like forklifts, bulldozers, teams of Clydesdales. They were fucking strong. They were healthy. And my girlfriends were like, aren't you glad they weren't hot? Isn't it better that they were disgusting? Doesn't it make you feel better? I'm like, no, it doesn't make me feel better. It makes me an alcoholic. Like now I can't have one drink, I have to have 10. Next thing you know, I'm on all fours in some 24-year-old studio apartment in Koreatown. And that's the good part, people. What? I actually didn't get pissed off about the whole thing until I went and got tested for STDs, because you have to, right? And then I got angry and I actually wanted to test positive for something because I wanted to because I was so chill about the whole thing. I was like, no, you go in peace, be with God. And I really, at that point, I was like, I want to tell him to go fuck himself. So I was like, if I have chlamydia, I can do that. And then turns out the only thing I tested positive for was game. Hey, what? Can you imagine getting that call from Planned Parenthood? You know, Sharon, this is Juanita calling from Planned Parenthood. I just want to tell you tested negative on all your STD tests, but you did test positive for game, so get it, girl, get it. You know, my brother Julio, he's really fine. You should go out with him. He got a really good job at Jiffy Lubes, and he got benefits, and you can use his benefits. You won't have to come to Planned Parenthood no more. Okay, I think that's really funny, and you guys don't. Juanita, all right, I got the light. Hi, LMNOP. You guys are fucking awesome. You rock really hard. And he puts the lights up on them, and they're like, thank you. There's 2 of you. It sounds like there's 15 of you on stage. That's a good thing. There was only 1 of me. It sounded like no one. I'm kidding. You can all go fuck yourself. I'm going to take a Vicodin when I get home, and I'm going to be just fine. Thank you very much. Good night. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah, Sharon Houston, everybody. Yeah, love that, love that. Guys, the last comic of the evening is a good friend of mine, and he has the pleasure of having been an opener for The Temptations, John Lovitz, 80s rockers Loverboy, and Joan Rivers. Please welcome to the stage, Brad Stewart.
What the hell? Josh, this is not sold out. You fucking... Josh promised me this was going to be sold out. He also promised me he was going to talk about 10 minutes about his bleeding nipples, too. So I guess that's all. I don't care. You guys are here. That's great. 7 people in 99-seat theater. That's fucking awesome. That could be the title of my stand-up CD, actually. 7 people in a 99-seat theater. 99-seat theater. Sorry. It's Acme. Fucking, I love this show. I'm so glad you guys stuck around. You're lucky, though, because I'm a pretty big deal. You might have heard my credits if you're paying attention still. It's pretty late. But I open for Joan Rivers on a regular basis. And I was thinking about what a big deal I was the other day when I got fired from my waiting tables job. Apparently, if you call one table a bucket of cunts, apparently you have a bad attitude. But I've waited tables forever, since I was 19 years old. I just turned 37 in June. So it was about time to stop doing that, or I would murder somebody. Because when people people walk into restaurants, I don't know what it is, but their IQs drop for some reason. Like the restaurant I worked in, it had a patio seating outside and inside seating. And a couple would come in, and I would say, would you like to sit inside or outside? And I could tell you, this would happen all the time. They'd be like, well, what's it like out there? Where did you come from? Were you just beamed off the Enterprise? Because you were just there. You were there 2 seconds ago. So I want to know. You tell me now. What was it like outside? Tell me now. I want to know for future reference of idiots like you that might come in. Plus I heard this too. I heard that tips, the word tips. I found it wasn't true, but it sounded so good. That it used to stand for to ensure proper service. That's how they came up with the word tips. I thought if that was true, they should bring that back. Now think about it. Say you're a waiter or a waitress. A party of 6 walks in. You walk over to the table. You're like, hi, how you guys doing tonight? Great. And how much are we tipping? Okay, $1. All right. Then let's start over, shall we? Are you bastards ready to order? We don't really give. What's that? What? The specials? I can tell you the specials, but they're not that special, and neither are you. What's that, the soup of the day? Oh man, I just checked. What was it? Oh yeah, it was cream of who gives a shit. That's the soup of the day. What's that? Could I bring you something to drink? Yeah, right. Soda machine's over there. Cups are next to it. Figure it out. I'm outside having a smoke. A couple minutes later, are you guys ready to order? Are you drinking that water? You are? All right, I'll start with you, sir. What can I get you? Come on, sir, what can I get you? Come on. Pass. What about you, ma'am? What about you, ma'am? Come on, pass. What about you? Pass. Nobody eats! I will still need that $1, though. This is the thing, though. Thank you guys for staying around, by the way. This is the thing about waiting tables, though, that everyone needs to know, even if you've never waited tables, and if you forget everything that I talked about, remember this one thing. No waiter or waitress cares if it's your birthday. I don't know when that became a wacky, zany gag to do to your friend or loved one, but if you're the waiter, it sucks. Because it always happens at the worst times. First of all, nobody wants to help you. No other waiter or waitress wants you. You're like, I have a birthday at my table. No, fuck off. I ain't singing. I am not singing. It's like oil and water. Everyone's running away from you. Because every once in a while you get one person that's, oh, wow, it's a birthday song. And they're like really into it. Like, happy birthday. It's like, settle down, Karen. I know you want to be on American Idol, but table 3 is not going to make that happen for you. You know? It happens all that. Like, it's always when you're I'm super busy. Full section. Tray of drinks in my hands, I'm sweating bullets, and some joker walks up and goes, hey. The guy at our table in the blue shirt, it's his birthday. I just want to go, hey. I don't give a fuck. He's your friend. You sing to him. Thanks, friends of mine, right there that are laughing. Neither of them have seen me do comedy, though, before. I'm glad this was the show. Thank you, guys. But also, I'm also a big deal, too, when I was thinking about what a big deal I am while I was taking the 212 bus here tonight. The 212 bus, can you get AIDS from a bus? Because that bus would be the one. It's fucking horrible. The only thing worse is like the number 2 bus that has on Sunset Boulevard. I think they call it the number 2 bus because I guarantee at least once a day a homeless person takes a shit on that thing. But like you tell people in LA and you take the bus, they're like, oh, I'm sorry. What happened? You know, like every other major city, like, oh, cool, that's very responsible of you. You're a very environmentally conscious person. Not in LA, they're like, oh, you must be doing really bad, huh? DUI or just broke? What's the deal? Why are you taking the bus? You know, because the bus in LA is just horrible. It's just awful. Like, sometimes it just gets so packed, and you don't understand why, and it's like you're literally like just like scrunched in there. People keep coming on and keep coming on. Really? You're letting more on. Look at me. You're letting more. It's like a fucking like fucked up Twister game, you know? You're like left hand on the Mexican lady's shoulder, right foot on the bumpy. You know, it's like fuck. Oh God. You know? One time I was like that, all fucking screwed up, and this guy in a wheelchair was getting ready to get on. And that's when you like start worrying about yourself as a person because of the things you think. You're like, a fucking guy in a wheelchair. Fucking asshole, probably fought for our country, ass fuck. Couldn't go at like 7 when there's not as rush hour. Like, what's he in a hurry to get to, you know? But like shitty things like that make you feel like a horrible person. Well, this guy gets on, and also like, equal rights for people, handicapped people. I'm like, yeah, so you should wait, because if I was waiting and the bus was packed, I would not get on, so wait. No, it doesn't work like that. The guy gets on, and we're even more like, oh my God, how are we doing this? Oh my God, I am going to die. My spleen just exploded, I guarantee you. And this guy gets on, and we go 2 stops, and he gets off. Just like that. I'm like, it was downhill too, you fucking asshole. Like, I half expected the guy to like get off, and then like just got off his wheelchair and like fucking dance around. Oh, well played. If I wasn't in a hurry, I'd fucking give you an applause break or something, but I hate you right now. I've also seen guys get on, like, I can't grab, there's no chair, there are chairs. Like guys in wheelchairs like this. The bus stops, everyone gets jam-packed. Beep, 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 beep. The fucking thing has to go down, and the guy gets on like this. I'm like, if you can fucking do that with your legs and push it, you don't need the fucking wheelchair. You're just fat and lazy, like the Rascal crew. That's my theory of Rascal, you know, that little motorized car. And I think half of them are just fat and lazy. You know, like, 'cause my dad has one, but my dad legitimately needs one. No reason for me to tell you guys that, though. Just angry. The other thing they do on the bus is they have transit TV, where they show like TV commercials and music videos. It's always the worst music videos too, like a G6, like a G. I'm on the bus. I don't want to hear a song about a private plane when I'm on the fucking bus. But they also have, they have like commercials that are like this. Like I had one that said, "Put a jacuzzi in your backyard." What? I am on the bus. Are you mocking me, transit TV? Because you can fuck off right now. Put a jacuzzi. Or like, there'll be appropriate ones like credit card debt. Yes, that's a commercial for all of us on the bus here. You know? Or they show anti-drug commercials on the bus. Like I saw one come up, and I thought it was going to be the bus I was on. Oh yeah. You know? But like they like anti-weed commercials, like they're so lame because it's like weed really in this day and age. Like the one I hate the most is like there's like a 2-year-old girl. She's in a backyard and she's like teetering over the edge of a swimming pool. There's nobody around for miles. And this sarcastic voiceover comes on and says, "Yeah, tell your parents you weren't watching her because you were getting stoned. Marijuana, it's more harmful than we all thought." First of all, who wants to listen to anybody that sounds like that? Like maybe you'll be at a party or something. What are you guys doing? Are you drinking? Hope you're not gonna drive. What are you doing? You're smoking marijuana. You know it's more harmful than we all. Fuck you, Gretchen. Who invited her? Give me the bong. I wasn't going to smoke weed. I'm going to do it now to spite her. You know, like a commercial could be for anything. What teenager doesn't neglect his little brother or sister? You know, it could be playing PlayStation or Xbox or like beating off. Like, what is it? You know, that commercial could be like, "Yeah, tell your parents you weren't watching her because you were jerking off. Masturbation. It's more harmful than we all thought." Also, they never show anti-cocaine commercials, which I don't understand. There's always like weed or all drugs in general, but never like cocaine specifically. Because there was years I could have been in that, you know, like, yeah, I was hanging out in the valley. It's a Tuesday night, probably should have gone to bed, didn't. Ended up at some weird bar. Then ended up at like the fucking Best Western in Sherman Oaks with like 8 people I had nothing in common with. We were all jammed into the bathroom talking about the most inane bullshit on the planet. We thought it was really interesting. And I tried to have sex with this girl, but I couldn't because I couldn't maintain an erection and I kept having heart palpitations. Don't do cocaine. Don't do it. The more you know. You know, they don't have those commercials. But the best thing I ever saw though was I took the subway. I take the subway sometimes too out here. I saw this fight on the subway. There's this like drug addict white girl. I assume she was a drug addict because she was just like so like emaciated. Like imagine like Karen Carpenter like 2 years after she died. That's what this girl. And for some reason, her and this heavy black woman got in a fight about something, a little verbal confrontation. And the drug addict white girl puts her finger in the black girl's face. It was like, "You're wrong. No. That girl just goes, "Bitch, you better get out of my face. I will cut you." Which is like, really? Have you ever heard anybody actually say that in actual life? "I will cut you." So I was like, well, that's kind of exciting, you know. But the drug addict girl, like, oh, maybe she will cut me, and sits down, and you think the fight is over. No, the drug addict girl thinks it would be a good idea to get a cheap shot in before she tries to hustle off the subway. So she's getting ready to walk off. She kicks the black girl in the shin, tries to make it off the subway. The black girl's like, suddenly as fast as a cheetah. Hell no! Hops up, grabs her by the back of the hair, pulls her back into the subway, just starts fucking mercilessly kicking her ass, like using the pole, fucking kicking her. Nobody gets involved. Because you get involved, you get cut, you know. But someone did hit the emergency button to call the subway operator. I don't know what that guy was going to do. But he comes on, "Is that emergency? Is that emergency?" And that girl looks at the intercom and she goes, "There was an emergency. There ain't one now, motherfucker." He goes, "Okay, door's closing." Yeah, it sounds like an irrational person had everything under control. You know, but so it doesn't end there either. The drag girl's like standing in the subway, like kind of looking at her, like bleeding. The door's closed. And as it starts pulling off, the drag girl throws herself against the side, like, "I'm still standing." And it's pulling off. And as I'm seeing that, I'm thinking, that should be an anti-drug commercial. That gotta get behind. And that's all I'm saying tonight, you guys. Thanks a lot. I'm Brad Stewart. Yeah!
Yeah, that was Brad Stewart. And that's the end of our show. Thanks so much for coming out. Give it up for all your comedians that you've seen tonight. We'll be here again next week. LMNOP will be here. Play us out, guys.